It's bubbling. Do you hear it? It's another random on the Firm podcast. It's been a minute. It's your boy Flav. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, it's too late for you to be up to catch it live, but if you get a chance to catch it when you can. That's why we say, I don't know what time it is. When we coming on? I don't know. I don't know. Beauty of it is that you don't have to catch these randoms live. These are just content to keep the channel popping. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? Tonight we just gonna talk about a few things. Tonight we just gonna chill. Tonight we just gonna share space. Tonight I'm gonna get some things off my chest. You know what I'm saying? I got some stuff that maybe you got the answers for, maybe you don't. Either way, tonight's random, late nights, firm. Are you firm? Are you firm in the middle of the night? When you get ready to shut it down, are you worried about the demons that's going to be attacking you through the night and the succubus and the incubus? And are you worried about the stress of life and the death in life that might somehow suddenly come upon you faster than the thief in the night? Well, then you have your hope in the wrong light. See, there's a light in the darkness. That ain't a good light. We're trying to get in a better time frame. We're trying to get into a better light. And with that being said, we got to get into a better frame of mind because it's 2023. The year's almost over. There's a whole lot going on. They're throwing everything at us. Random is the only thing that I can think of to define the times. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of random stuff going on. And because of that, we got to have a random night live. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you check it out later, check it out whenever you can on Facebook or on YouTube at the Firm 365 24/7 or at the Firm 365. Social media is everywhere. Check us. Try them both anywhere. See what you find out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things are a diamond in the rough, and you got to go through the rough to get to the diamond. What you ready for? That's right. That's right. That's right. Join us tonight. It's your boy. What's happening, everybody? I hope y'all having a good night. Hope that you've been hanging in there. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since I've been on the show. Y'all, I've been too blessed to be stressed. I've been going through some things undercover that, you know what I mean? It's just, sometimes, people put the memes up. They put the motivational quotes up, but they're not really living that life. You know what I'm saying? They really ain't about that life. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got nothing to prove in person. I got something to stand on. You know what I'm saying? A firm foundation. I know y'all say, come up in silence. Don't let everybody know your business. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what you need to focus on. Handle your business. Don't tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, what your purpose is when you barely understand what your purpose is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you ain't got to explain everything to everybody. Sometimes having too many people in on your business will fragment you. It'll pull you in so many different directions of opinion. Just come up in private. The Bible even say, what you pray in secret, God is going to reward you openly for. So at some point, there's going to be an unveiling. At some point, there's going to be a presentation. At some point, you're going to be the gift to the environment, to the people, to the places, that never thought you could be. The beauty of a gift is when it's a surprise, when it's least expected. The change in you is what's least expected. Your come up, your success is what's least expected. Some of us, you know what I mean? It takes a minute for us to adjust to what's new. I can relate to all of those things. And I hope tonight that we talk about a couple of that. I talk about a couple of those things. I'm not trying to be deep. I don't want to give you no quotables. I'm just going to be real with you tonight because it's random. It's late. You know what I'm saying? And as always, it's the F.I.R.M podcast. Any production that is done is all to motivate what we do. So for those of you who don't know, Saturday Nights Live, we coming at you full effect. F.I.R.M podcast. Fellowship in a Righteous Manner is what it stands for. This random is just a promotional piece. I may not be on here long, but I guarantee you I'm going to cover something that you can relate to. And I'm going to feel better personally for getting some things off my chest. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, and without further ado, I want to welcome everybody here to the F.I.R.M podcast. What up, world? It's the F.I.R.M.
Let's get it. Welcome to the F.I.R.M.
Oh, it's about to go down.
Set your schedule for 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Saturday Nights Live for a time that's one of a kind.
Woo-wee. There's nothing off the table, no trolling. We go from politics to religion to relationships to whether or not you like crunchy or soft tacos.
Woo! Forget about a love language. What about your love level?
Oh man, we excited for this one.
On all social media platforms.
So make sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Fellowship in a Righteous Manner. That's the banner.
With your hosts, Flavius and Ulysses. We roll at
6 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Right, you know what I'm saying? 6 p.m. I don't know if you know, but Saturdays, we're getting ready to crank it up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get in this, I don't know if you know about creators. I don't know if you know about artistic people. I don't know if you know really how we live. You know what I'm saying? You get to experience the beauty of the talent, the passion, the gift. I take so much time and care and concern into every piece of content that we put out. Sometimes it's not the fact that I'm getting burnt out. It may be because it's not yielding what I'm hoping for. Maybe it's not reaching the audience that I'm hoping that we reach. But I'm always trying to push me and Ulysses to the best of what we have to offer. And sometimes a creative person goes off the map. They go off the grid for a second. Everybody's like, what you doing? Why you won't just keep? But sometimes you're just trying to come up with what the next thing is. What's the next presentation? 2024 is coming very quick. And I got to think, you know what I'm saying? What are we going to do in 2024? What is this fellowship going to become? What are we going to be able to be there for others in their life? You know what I'm saying? Because we've come with talking about, we're men of faith. So obviously we're going to cover biblical principles and practices and practical life. We're covering so many different things on this show, but I'm always trying to gear up for the next step. And that's just what a person does. It's by nature. That's neither here nor there. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the F.I.R.M podcast is going live. You can check us out live, or you can check out our content at your convenience. All the advertising and all the information is always available. It's always visible. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, appreciate you guys' support, long-term love. For those of y'all that have been with us for the long haul, thank you. For those of y'all that are just joining, it's just a random night. Listen, I want y'all to know that I've been practicing what you preach. I feel like people are always they're always giving answers. Answers these days come a dime a dozen. Questions are the issues. It is the issue that slows down getting to the right answers, because the answers are there. There's an answer for everything. Sometimes your bias causes you to come into alignment or agreements or acceptance of a certain answer. Sometimes it's for a hidden agenda that you look for a certain answer. And even though there are many answers on the table, you're looking for a specific one that fits the agenda that you have. Some people are just selfish. Some people are selfless. Either way, answers come a dime a dozen. The answers are out there. Some people are satisfied with answers and other people are satisfied with truth. I'm telling you, every year you could have a new relationship. You could go through similar problems. Depending on who you're dealing with, they can give you a multitude of answers. The one that you use for your specific situation may not be the best. It may be the best. It may be the first of many answers that you have to apply or things that you need to apply so that you can get where you want to get. Whether in the relationship, building it up, growing it up, or getting out of it. But the truth is, there are certain answers that help you. There are certain answers that aid you in moving forward, aid you in being successful, aid you in laying hold of what it is that you've been trying, you've been hoping and setting goals to get to. Those answers may not always be the answer that you would choose to hear. Maybe it's not even the answers that your ears have been trained to listen for. Maybe it's not the answers that you're accustomed to culturally or through your family. It's just certain answers that you can't accept. They just seem too unbelievable. They seem too taxing on your time. Like it's going to cost you too much. Some answers seem ridiculous. But it is the answers that get you to the next phase that you were hoping to get to before reality hits you. Those answers are actually answers that are clues to the truth. Sometimes people, they just want to know the truth. Some people want answers that are the true answer specifically for me. And if nobody else understands and gets it, I accept this answer. But our own bias, our own desire, our own selfish want for an outcome that we want, that we must have, will cause us to accept any answer, sometimes the wrong answers. I depend on dreams and everything like that, but I found that there are a lot of wackos out here. There are a lot of kooks out here. There are a lot of crazy people out here that are having dreams, just like I have dreams. However, there are some of us who are actually having dreams that are answers to our questions. There are answers to our future. These answers sometimes don't always. Let me scoot this mic back so you can see the logo over there. 3D on you. But anyways, sometimes those answers, they feel right. They sound right. The truth is, one of the things that changed for me is that I was applying the promises of God for my life, in my natural life. I was listening to the guidance for years of friends and family members of faith that I noticed seemed to be able to get help from God to get over the hurdles of doubt in their life. So they were qualified. They became qualified by God, by the Spirit, to give me advice. I want the highest advice. I want the best wisdom. I want the richest of the word. I want what I believe a prince, a king. And sometimes, You know what's so crazy? Royalty is the difference between bias and diplomacy. I wish there was some way for everybody that talks about the kingdom, says that they're kingdom. I wish that there was a way that they could accept it, that they could, for a moment, believe that they were royalty for just a moment, for a day, for a 24-hour period, to believe that you are a king and a queen, not figuratively, not spiritually, not metaphorically, but by the definition in the Bible. They being many or one, there's neither male nor female in him, all are one. Whatever your sex is on this earth, it has no relativity on your place in the kingdom as royalty, not equivalent to, not kind of like, but king. In this royal family, there are multiple kings and queens. He is the king of kings. His kingdom is comprised of royalty. It would be like somebody being the king of the earth and allowing everybody to have their province, their country. They would wear a crown and be a king or a queen instead of a president or, whatever dignitary there are available worldwide and internationally. They were royalty, and you governed over that. This is the the devil's desire, because this is the greatest thing he's ever seen, and he wants what God is, and he sees this, so he tries to develop it in the world to be a king of kings. And you see it in movies, for those of you who really know and pay attention, not to the fluff, for the schizophrenic and those that don't have a grip on reality, but the real stuff that draws them in too. If you could gain a royal mind, just go 1 year believing that you are a son or daughter, believing that you are royal, that you are a king, not a prince, a king. And as a king, you have a God. That God is your father and have made you king. Believing that there is one that's been anointed above his fellows, his peers, his siblings, for the work he did for us, for our Father. And thank God one of us did the right thing. And it was enough for all of us. But if you could gain that, your dreams, the answers, the questions start becoming more specific. You'll find yourself, like I have in life, kind of fine-tuning certain things, applying certain principles for a reason based off of a certain truth. God said that he was the truth. Jesus said that. And the answers he gives me, the answers he has given, play a huge role in your life if you stop having a citizenship existence on earth, if you stop having a human existence on earth, if you stop saying I'm a citizen of this country or that country, I am an individual, I am a human being, if you, these are all statements that if you go to any royal family that exists on this earth, there is a certain way that they communicate and believe, think, that it does not exist in the public. They would be the biggest stars in the world if they allowed themselves to be on camera the same way as celebrities do. However, the way they think and speak is so different from the way the average person thinks or believes, that it would you wouldn't know how to comprehend it. You wouldn't know how to properly, so they don't expose themselves to the judgment of the public, and you don't see them but on pageantries or traditional situations or scripted type of situations that are ceremonial situations where everything is set. You know, even Prince Harry kind of has made some ripples about interviews. Prince Arthur, when he was in there, he made some ripples just with not his personal life, not like they don't live like people, but the fact that he made himself available for an interview. The way he thinks and talks, some of us are like, oh, the audacity. But if you could just gain a royal mind and combine it with your righteous mind. I've been married 3 times. I've been a volunteer in church. I've been in the choir, the Sunshine Band when I was little. I've been on a praise team in Georgia. I've been at different churches. I've spoken, I've preached, you name it, baptized, led people to salvation, laid hands on people, led the communion, performed communion, marched in with the saints, marched in with the choir. I've done it all, played the piano, played the drums. I've done it all. I've been a reverend. I've been an elder. I've been all these things. I've been a bishop, verbally acknowledged as a bishop, announced as a prophetic person, and all these different things that it's like, what is that truth? What is the answer when someone tells you that's what your identity is, that's what you are, when you are being this thing? What is it like for a person who is living this life but does not believe they are royal? I believe that there was a time where I understood, where I probably could relate where I was, but it's so long ago. It's so far away from me now. I live my life as a son of God. I exist that way. All of what he says is true. I used to tell myself, man, if you just bless me, if you just give me some more money, if you give me a promotion. I've been over here, they've been promoting their cousins and their family members. They looking over me, they using me for the job, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like excuses are a sign of weakness. I've been through what a black man goes through. I'm a black man that was born in Germany. I experienced something different, even as a black man amongst the black community. God has went out of his way to make my life experience so foreign that I could never gain what other people I could never think the way other people think. I'm bound this way. I didn't have a choice. I don't have another sibling that was born outside of America. I have a mother that was born in Canada. The womb I come from can relate more to Drake by birth than somebody that wasn't. I have not had a normally human experience. And over time, I've made all the decisions that everybody else has made, the good ones and the bad ones. And the one thing that I realized, man, is that I can't be stopped. You can't be stopped. I mean, we go through days where we fear that the fact that we accepted an answer yesterday that didn't work, we fear that we won't live beyond the moment to make another bad decision. And then we fear that if we do it multiple times, make the wrong decisions, that somehow it's going to lead to the wrong life. We fear that if we make a mistake, that if we have a setback, somehow we won't make it in a year, 2, 3 years. We live past our failures. We live past our losses. We grow. We get older. And I don't know what you've been growing up on, because a lot of people that I meet these days have lost their minds. And I will not conduct myself like people ain't crazy. I just won't. If you feel like I'm at a distance or standoffish or any other believing man or woman is like that, it's probably because the world is weird right now. But there's something that's anchoring me past the announcement of aliens by the government. There's something holding my mind together when I'm watching the world lose theirs. There's something in me knowing that a conspiracy theory today is a conspiracy beyond the theory. What is that thing that is holding me in place? What keeps me firm? It's not accepting the answers that I want, to abandon my bias for what I want, to reject when people say you're selfish, when they say it, to acknowledge it's a red flag that I'm doing something wrong. My intent, what I'm showing can't be right if they're calling me selfish. I have to, and what if I can't change being selfish? What if I'm a selfish person to the core? What if I want what I want and I'm going to have it? And I don't care what people experience with me, but I'm so what if I can't break it? What if God's decided to save somebody like me? You think he didn't know how selfish I am? You didn't think that he knew how dead set I would be on what I want? What if that's the one thing he didn't change about me? What if everything about me changed except for this selfishness? What if God started giving me the desires of my heart? Not providing my heart's desires, but giving me the actual desire that is in my heart. If God said, I'm going to make an exchange, I'm going to save him, I'm going to let him keep his selfishness. And everybody's like, why in the world would you do that? Because when he read this scripture, he read it differently. I perceived that virtue came out of me when he read this scripture. I've listened to a lot of people read this scripture. God will give you the desires of your heart. But when he read it, virtue came out of me. What do you mean virtue came out of me? I felt like he pulled a desire of mine out of me and it was deposited into him. My desires, I'm going to give him. I'm going to put them in him and he can be as selfish as he wants because what he will want will be all the things that I want. What if you think being selfish is the worst aspect about you and you're spending your whole life trying to get rid of an attribute that God has an answer for? Have you been listening to anything that I've said? What I said was there are many answers. Answers come a dime a dozen, but it is your bias. It is your desire. It is your experience, how you were cultivated, raised, that will affect the answers you accept. But all you have to do in your heart is truly want the truth. And life got a way of getting you to that point. I'm talking about you can get so fed up after 3 marriages. And I swore up and down my last one was going to be my last one. And when it ended, I'm talking about the next day, my world shattered because I had spoken so many words. I had asked so many questions. The answers that I had accepted did not work for me. They were not the truth. Do you know how many preachers and different people said this marriage is going to work? Hang in there. You're going to overcome. It's going to work out in the end, brother. Keep your faith in God. Stay faithful to that woman. Go home every night. So pray. My children got baptized and filled with the Holy Spirit during my last marriage. And my woman is somewhere surrounded by crystals, looking for the right frequency to heal the pain in her back tooth. Don't ask me why. I don't have the lifetime or the lifespan to try to figure it out. All I know is it happened in real life with me. What I found, though, is over time, I'm learning to appreciate answers that are the truth. Not answers that are right. Not answers that are wrong. Not answers that sound good. Not the memes and the motivational quotes that everybody puts on their social media. But it was the ones that held true. You know what was one that was true? I never heard from God that I would be married the rest of my life. But I heard from him that he would never leave me nor forsake me. And I've done things, forsakable things. I've done things that I've asked God to forgive me for that I will never admit that I even had to struggle with in public unless there's a purpose. But the answers that didn't work for me, the answers that I had accepted, knowledge increases in the end. And if we're in the end, there's a lot of answers out here. There's a lot of knowledge available. But the one thing that stands out to me that I want to convey to you is that in this time where everybody has an answer, everybody has a solution, everybody has good advice, which ones are true? Which ones stand the test of time? Which answers have you accepted? Which answers do you even retort that are true, finite? No circumstance, no situation has ever been able to change it. I have been in the lowest of lows and the highest. I'm experiencing some highs right now. And guess what? God, the same God when I was poor, the same God when I was down and out, that same God. And I was telling people, you ain't got to be rich for God to be on your side. Just because you got money to gain is people going to err in the end thinking the gain is godliness. That's what the Bible says. Thinking that in my lack, the same God would be there for me, having examples of the rich in the Bible, and God was there. Holding on to that hope, my finances increased, doubled. There's some people that are in my real life that know me from wherever they know me from in time that have no idea how much money I'm running through right now. I have no idea. I'm talking about, it makes me mad sometimes, the amount of money that I have to run through to keep this whole thing going. I'm no longer just an entry level employee. I'm in the management team. I'm on the leadership team. I'm making decisions about how operations work. I'm setting things in order. I'm doing what an apostle would do in a church in a regular job. But the answers, it wasn't like I had this experience or just so confident that I applied for it. It was the fact that I dreamt it. God showed me in a dream that I was going to get this. And I told God, Lord, you know how many times I've tried to wake up in the morning with everything people tell me and just open my shirt up and it be the Superman thing. I got a Superman complex, y'all. I do. It's neither here nor there. Here, maybe not there, but either way, I got a Superman complex. Every morning I am waiting for the day that I wake up and I got the S on my chest. And I'm doing the right thing. I'm talking about to the T. I really have this complex. You may not understand it, but it's still a fact. Tomorrow, tonight, I go to bed. However I go to bed, whatever condition. And when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to believe like this is the day I'm going to be unstoppable. I'm going to everything right, every thought, every action, every whatever. I'm saying it like a joke, but the truth is it's a fact. And I've had this condition for years. And I have not woken up this way because the answers that I've been getting have not stood the test of time. There are a series of fortunate and unfortunate events that happen in the lives of humans. There is outside forces. There's so many people out there presenting themselves as fact checkers and fact presenters, and they got the answers. But every year they got a reason why the last answer didn't work, and they got a new answer for you today. And if you're anything like me, even in God, the one thing that I can say is I'm sure there have been times where you've gotten sick and tired of getting answers that don't work. They work for a little while, but the end is still disappointing. Ain't you tired of being disappointed? I am. I don't talk about my finances like I thought I would when I didn't have the finances I have today. I don't talk about the promotions like I thought I would back before I even got the promotion. Because every answer I was given to get what I have today did not lead me to what I have today. It was the answers God was giving me. I've been 2023 has been the most emotional year for me. At times the most confusing. I've had the most resolve. I've had times where I've been super disciplined, sometimes where I give myself the right of way to be undisciplined, completely undisciplined. I've had conversations with God that I never thought I would. I'm talking about gut-wrenching 40-year-old conversations. I don't know if that's what the change is, but I don't plan on living forever on this earth, in this flesh. I know that my time is getting shorter the longer I live. And I'm thankful for living this long on the earth, but I know that the time ahead of me is shorter than the time that I've had unless I live over 82. If I don't live past 82, the time that I've lived will be less than the life that I've had. And I'm telling you, I've had a life where if if you could get out of God's grace by the wrong you do, God wouldn't be in my life the way he is today. If you could somehow fall out of his grace, if your fears came true, that you would be alone forever, that you would be stressed forever, that the world will always have the upper hand on you, that you will never prevail, you'll never get the job, you'll never get the relationship you're looking for. If that was true, I wouldn't be here. My hiatus would have turned into a complete disappearance. I wouldn't have wanted to face y'all. I'd have been a shell of who I was, trying to recreate the moments on social media through the podcast. But I'm telling you, the guy that I was when I started this, I'm not that guy no more. I'm the guy who gets told a few things to do, a few answers, a couple answers in a day. I've become the guy that gives answers. You know why? Because I've learned the value of the truth in an answer, not just having an answer. There's people that are Christians that swear up and down if you call them not, they say they're not a believer, they'll go off on you. They get their Peter on. If they had a gun or a sword, they pull it out on you. How dare you question? And those same people will get on social media and share some quote from a Dalai Lama. Those same people will show something about a horoscope. I'm a Gemini. When I tell people that, they light up, oh, Tupac, Biggie, Prince, they start naming all these famous Geminis as if I can relate to them. They had got answers too. They gave answers too. They died well shorter or sooner than they intended. Those same Geminis that are so creative and so whatever. They could be this person, they could be that person. Those same Geminis that the world is saying look up to, that they got some answers to what you could be doing. Man, 25, Tupac did this. You 40 something. What you doing with your life, man? Quimini, you remember Andre 3000? Man, he prolific, man. Who cares? Is Kanye West a Gemini? I don't know who else is a Gemini, but either way, look at what the answers got him the money. The truth took it out of his life. The answers can get you what you want, but the truth will always break through. Who do you get your answers from? I asked a question, when am I going to financially? I'm sick and tired of this whole struggle and the revelations of the finances on this end. What's on the other side? I got to start a business and get a loan and try to get rich. Can I just middle class me, Lord? You know what I'm saying? Just give me a little bit more income. Can I get that? God gave an answer. An answer I wanted while I was still married. Lord, please change my circumstances. I think a little bit more cash. I ain't saying that I'm humble. A little bit more might help this relationship. I don't know. It was after it was over that God blessed me. I'm blessed. You ever been blessed into confusion? Huh? It was evidence. I don't care what you think my blessing means. I'm going to tell you from me. It was evidence that the answer God had given me years ago when I first went to him and believed that he could save my life, that maybe I was headed towards hell. Maybe this sin thing really was going to be anchoring my fate to this, and I would never know a greater purpose other than being a wretch like me. maybe if I give myself to God, if I truly believe, Lord, please save my life, change me, take me. I ain't got it right. I don't know nothing about what these King James Version and what these people talking about. Everybody in this church is old. They thinking about heaven because they almost about to be there. I'm young, but I still wanted what was real. And God, I remember it like it was yesterday. I closed my eyes standing in the front of the church at the altar. I closed my eyes, and with every ounce of my soul, I believed. And I saw an image of a hand coming down. And I saw an image of my hand reaching out. And before I could grab it, there was a flash of light, and I was mumbling. I couldn't even speak in tongues. There's an old church song say I never heard a mumbling word. That it was like I could not speak English, and I was so excited and overly emotional, but it was like I could not utter what was happening. Even the pastor, who was my dad's pastor, was like, "Whoa!" When I saw it, it was like you just wanted to speak in tongues. You just gotta let it out, son. You know what I mean? It was like right there. We could all heard you just. I'm talking about audibly moaning in a church where you didn't work to have this reputation of being this cool kid. Just because I'm a preacher kid don't mean I ain't cool. I done smoke weed, I done sold drugs, I done done everything, join the gang, I done did everything a preacher kid need to do to be accepted. I did it all. And living witnesses to what I've done. Just to be in. Not because I was a fake dude. That, they want to accept somebody fake. That's called a wank. That's somebody that's pretending to be something. I was authentic, and I wanted to. This is the way I thought to prove my authenticity. So I was authentic in that. Thank God he pulled me from that, because I'd be somewhere in the jail dead by now. I got relatives to prove that that's a fact. These genes don't do good in the world. Anyways, the answers that I got. When God blessed me, even after my marriage was over, it was that word that he told me. It was that expression. It was that vision that I had the day I gave my life to him, when he reached his hand out. I didn't see my hand go to him first. You understand what I'm telling you? I did not see my hand reach out to him first. I saw his hand reach down to me first. And then I saw my hand. I love him because he first loved me. It ain't never been about me loving him right. It's been about him winning me over, championing, not giving up on this love, this thing that he got for me. I don't know what it is. I don't care. All I know is he reached out for me. And that type of love, imagine if you could express the love you really have for a person. You would never let them go. You would be you would allow yourself to look foolish sometimes to prove your love. Crazy kind of love. And some of us have not accepted that he is in love with us like that. It ain't feminine. It ain't homosexual. It ain't gay. It ain't none of those type of things. It is a love. And he first loved us. And that's the truth. That's the answer. You're looking for authentic love, and authentic love finds you. You're looking to prove your true love, but you're willing to give up on it. And you're trying to convince somebody that your answer of love to them, where's love? You show up and you're trying to be the evidence of love for them, and you're giving up on your own heart's desire. Maybe you're not selfish enough with the goodness in you. Maybe you don't really want it like you say you do. I'm going to win. I'm going to have a good life. I'm going to die a married man. I'm going to financially bless my children and have something to leave for my grandkids. When I die, I'm not going to die in debt. That's my hope in God, to owe this world nothing and God everything. That's my secret prayer. I want it so bad that I won't let you and your unbelief stop me. I won't let you and your competition or competing with me for whatever reason. It will not stop me. I won't let depression, discouragement, I won't let watching other people fail at what I want so bad convince me that I can't get it. I will lay hold of promises. I will live this life. I'm not going to be one of you people that just talk about what this is about and metaphorically. I'm going to see God. I don't care about seeing no angels. I want to see my Father. I want to see you as a child of God manifest more than I want to see an angel. I will see the kingdom come. And while I'm here on this earth, I will no longer be downtrodden. I will not be underneath. I will not be a borrower. I want to be a lender. I will not live in debt. I will live in overflow. Not because it means something to me, but because when you're faithful over little, God will make you ruler over much. And when you rule over much, you need a different output of resources to take care of everybody. It's no longer just about my wife, my kids. It's about my employees. It's about my leads. It's about my influence. It's about the church. It's about the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors, the teachers. It's about being different. It's about standing up, whether it's a protest or a silent protest against a rich man's church. The answers that I am prevailing by are answers that are truth. Everything that I'm living, everything that I've said, if you read the word of God, it ought to push you in that direction. If you accept that he made us both kings and priests unto God and his Father. The promise to Moses, everything Moses did it so that he could inherit a kingdom. Moses didn't do it just to be a pious man. God told him, I will make y'all a kingdom of priests. And keep in mind, in their story, their history, Melchizedek is recorded in there, who was a high priest, who was a king that was a priest. And a king that is a priest has to be a high priest by default. And God said, all of y'all gonna be like Melchizedek. And he wanted it. The second covenant that was given secured that desire. Moses wanted it so bad. He wanted it so bad that he led the people everywhere God wanted him to lead him. David wanted the promises of God so bad that it led him to the throne. Abraham wanted his own so bad that he left his family for what God could provide. I'm sure everybody in the province, in the land, in wherever they were at, Joseph, he wanted what he dreamt about, the answers that he was getting, that he was seeing. He wanted it so bad that he took the chance of speaking it out loud, and it cost him a series of fortunate and unfortunate events. How bad do you want it? How bad do you really want it? How bad do you want it? That thing that you're thinking about right now, how bad do you want it? I don't believe you. You giving up? You losing steam? You excusing yourself? How bad do you want it? You may not want stock, real estate, bonds. You may not want all this stuff that people are saying this will make your life better. Maybe you want something else, whatever it is. Maybe you want her. Maybe you want him. Maybe you want it. Maybe you want them. How bad do you want it? Ask God how to get it. I'm gaining things. What are you gaining in 2023? Have you been stressing and losing stuff? Have you been releasing stuff and offshooting stuff? Have you been trying to lighten your load? Or have you been gaining stuff, filling your plate? You see an extra spot, man, I got room still on my plate. I got to fill that up. Fill me till I overflow. Give me more because there's people looking at my plate. And I got a heart to give them some, but when everybody hear what I'm sharing with these 2 or 3, they going to want to come. Then it's going to be 10. I need more. What do you need it for? Who do you need it for? I need it for the body. I'm out of here, y'all. It's been random. I'm talking about answers. Don't let your biases, don't let your fears, don't let your, what people can socially make you believe are the answers that are the only answers. There's a lot of facts out there, but how many people looking for the truth? A lot of people saying that they got it. How much of it is lasting long enough for you? How much of it is helping you? And I guarantee you, for any 1 or 2 answers you've gotten out the world that actually work for you, there are 1,000 that God has waiting on you to give you. Believe it. Believe it, man. Take a leap at some point in your life. It's never too late to take a leap of faith. It's never too late to walk on water. With that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. It's been fun. It's been firm. It's been fluid. It's been fruitful. It's been firm. We fellowship in a righteous manner. Uh-oh. I'm frozen. I'm speeding up now. I'm watching myself. Y'all see me just catch up with myself. Listen, don't worry about these technical difficulties. One day, God will bless me. He has blessed me enough to get a new computer. I'm just haven't got one yet. The overflow hit my family first. Just know that. My only regret is I don't have more to give. I'm looking forward to God to give me more so I can give more. Love y'all. Pray for us. We'll pray for y'all. This ain't no Bible study. It's a random, late night, firm fellowship in a righteous manner. Be back Saturday nights. That is, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe it's evening for you. I don't know what time of day it is, but make sure you're there. Catch the revelation. Catch This ain't no Bible study, man. We just talk this way. You know what I'm saying? If you can't catch the lingo and you don't understand, then you just don't understand. Maybe it just sounds bad in your ear. I don't know. I ain't got no time to really be worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're gonna do whatever we want on this show. It's live. It's social media. What we got the game? Ain't nobody watching us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no people out there. But if you are out there, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I would greatly appreciate that. If you on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Holla at your boys at the Fire 365 24/7. TikTok, if you're on there, do your thing. YouTube, you always showing the love. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're about to drop a bunch of randoms, and then we're going to do the Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. Instagram, get your numbers up. You know what I'm saying? Get your follows up. You know what I mean? Go on, promote somebody. Tell somebody what's going on. Did y'all see you listening on here? Had some financial breakthrough blessings and knowledge and wisdom for you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it feels like we sound too preachy. But sometimes people need to be preached to. Sorry. I just did that live. Y'all wasn't supposed to see that face. I thought I was off camera. Love y'all. Thanks for being here, man. As always, we are grateful for everybody that follows. If you watch some of the show, watch a piece of the show. Chime in and watch a little bit. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love you. Follow the page. We'll be back. I don't know what we're going to do, but whatever we're doing is gearing up for next year. So check out our run. Check out our preparation for where we're about to go. Because we're about to have some fun. You know what I'm saying? There's some stuff that we ready to open up about. We done got comfortable on this social media type of platform. And we ain't got nothing to lose. And we don't care how nobody feel about nothing that we say. So we can ready to say some things that some of y'all may not like. But it's still going to be real. Hope you got somebody real like the F.I.R.M, Flavius and Ulysses, you know what I'm saying? The F.I.R.M, all of y'all out there, the F.I.R.M, the kingdom, the F.I.R.M. I hope you got, I pray right now in the name of the Son of God. I pray that randomly some people show up in your life that stand out. That God start giving you some answers that stand the test of time. That you learn from the answers that he gives you. What is the truth that could be stood on? He'll never leave you nor forsake you. I know some of y'all been lonely and he been a companion through and through, thick and thin. But have you ever tried him on the other part of the statement? Leave nor forsake. Why are we running into so many people that feel forsaken, that exhibit forsakenness, like they just on their own? I know you heard he won't leave you, but do you really believe he won't forsake you? Huh? It's a Pharaoh in the land, y'all. He taxing the children. The mothers are crying in the land. Why? Because even the newborns are being taxed for the land. Do you have any property? Do you own something for real? Because if not, there is a leverage. There is a toll that the Pharaoh wants. And we're all paying it. And there's answers about everything. You want whatever you think might be out there. Your mind's craziest idea. Psychopaths, aliens, werewolves, vampires. It's all out there. Ghosts, spirits, or whatever it is that you might want to think about. And while the world is presenting your imagination in real life, what are you anchored in for the truth? I pray randomly that God interrupt the chaos with the answers that you need. Love y'all. Have a good night, and we out.